Hello and welcome to another wonderful, exciting, adventurous episode of your favorite podcast that you didn't realize you loved, Tech Pop Boom, with your hosts, Scott and Brandon. I am Scott.
And I am Brandon.
I want to remind everyone to check out our website at techpopboom.com. Through that link, you'll be able to listen to the shows, get show notes, get all the good stuff. Besides that, I also like to remind you to check out Facebook. Go to Facebook to our Tech Pop Boom page. All you have to do is just click on Facebook, type in Tech Pop Boom, and then anything we talk about on the show always gets posted on Facebook. The best way to get a hold of us, if you want any type of information, is to go to the Facebook page. We're also on Google+, same way. Go to the search, type up Tech Pop Boom, and there you are. Besides that, we're also on YouTube. If you're a YouTube lover, go to YouTube. Same thing as Facebook and Google+. Type in Tech Pop Boom. There we are. You can subscribe to our channel, and every time we have a new show, it'll be there for you to listen to and or watch. Besides all of that great stuff, the coolest thing of all is we are now on iTunes, so you can subscribe, and again, anytime there's a new episode, hit the subscribe button, and every time we record a new episode, which is typically around every 2 weeks, it'll automatically pop inside your device, whether it be your phone, your MP3 player, whatever it is, and it'll be there waiting for you. Episodes are typically about an hour long, because Brandon really likes to talk, and
Yes, I do.
Anyway, so that's the lowdown. Please check us out. If you like us, you hate us, please give us some comments, give us some love. Let us know you listen. Let us know you don't listen. You don't have time for it. Whatever you want to do, we appreciate it. I guess I'm done rambling on with all that. Let's go ahead and start the show, Brandon.
Well, we're gonna start our show a little differently today. We're gonna do all the watching stuff first, and then we're gonna do the tech news. So I know if everybody's familiar with the show, is going to say, wait, what happened to the tech news? No, it's later at the end.
That's coming up.
So what I've been watching. So have you seen this show Between that's on Netflix, Scott?
Between?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where you have to wait week to week?
Yeah, they're doing that model.
Well, it's funny you say that because I mentioned that on a previous episode, if you remember.
Yeah.
But that was before it had been released. And to answer your question, I tried watching the first episode when it was released, and I didn't finish it, and it's not even. I think it was, to me. I can't even say that I hated it. I was uninterested. It almost seemed like it was like a high school type of younger person type of show. But remind me, what are your thoughts?
Okay, well, first off, for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's about this town that gets a disease and everyone is wiped out except for anyone who's under the age of 22.
Yeah, that was
so everyone. So it's all basically it's the Lord of the Flies thing where all the kids run the town, running the town, and all the adults are dead. I thought I kind of like this. Because, in the beginning, it was kind of starting slow. I was like, oh, okay. But it is quick. It's not like where a Lost thing where you're guessing. There is no guessing here. It is straightforward. I liked it. We still have one more episode still left. So
maybe I should give it a second chance. I remember I watched it. I just remember I stopped watching it, but I can't remember why I stopped. I think it was because it was maybe because it was moving slow.
Yeah, it was.
I think I remember being kind of hokey. Like, is this as good as it's going to get? This is like the writing was kind of weak. Am I wrong with that?
No. You're right. The writing is kind of weak, but. It seems like they just had to get into it. It's now getting better the more you get into it, but they're doing that every week thing, so you have to kind of wait for you can't power watch it.
Right. Now, how do you like that part about it? Because we talked about that. What do you think about waiting week to week? Does it make it better?
I like the power watch part better.
Yeah.
I had to wait for this episode, which was today, I think. Yeah, it came out today. So now, when I get done with it, I got to wait until next week for the next episode. If I really want to do that, I'd watch Network's TV.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't mind waiting week to week if it was a show like. At least I like the idea of waiting week to week when it's a show I really like maybe. I don't know. I was like Orange is the New Black, but I also like watching, having the choice of being able to watch it all at once if I want to. But if it's a really good show, like one of the cool things about The Sopranos are just a show. I'm using that show as an example, but any show you just really love, Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
you watch a show, it goes on for an hour, and then when it's done, if it's really good, you really enjoy it, your mind is blown. It's like, holy crap, and you need to process everything you see. At least I do.
Yeah.
And I like going to websites and internet, just and reading up about it and seeing what everyone says. And one of the things about when you're able to just watch everything at once, if I watch the 3 episodes, 4 episodes, and I go back and they're talking about the first episode, it's like, yeah, I'm past that now. I'm not interested in that anymore.
Right.
And it kind of almost, I'm not gonna say it ruins the experience, but when you're going week to week, it's more relevant than what the things are online. Neither one is better than the other. It's I like both, I guess. But I think this is a neat idea that they're doing.
Right.
I don't know about the show. But I like that they're trying it. I like that they're doing this.
I like to power watch because then I forget what's happening in the previous episode, and then I forget what happened because it's been so much time later.
Well, that's true too. But doesn't Netflix have an option where you can watch, like what happened previously, like last week's episode? They do have that.
They do have that, or they do that at the bottom. I think on their website. I don't know if it's on because I watch it through Chromecast, so I don't know if it's on my phone on Chromecast. I know on the website, which they redid by the way, it is at the. I think it is at the bottom. So you can't watch it.
Netflix redid their website, you said?
Oh yeah. Netflix kind of did a kind of an upgrade, so now everything looks a little different.
The app looks the same.
The app looks the same, just the website part.
Well, I never go to the website, so I wouldn't know.
So yeah, it looked. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, they changed that. It looks cooler. It looks like how my DVD player, how it played Netflix. Mm-hmm. It looks like that now in the background, and when I pause it, it has like the logo, the logo. Let's say orange is the new black on top, and it has like the bar. It looks sleeker, more intuitive.
Okay.
So I mean, I like their new website. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The next one I wanted to talk about was Sense8. Okay, I know I said this in the last show. I was watching it.
Have you finished that show?
I finished it. And I liked how it ended. I have to say. Okay, it's going to make me want to watch the next episode.
Okay, now, before you go any further, the reason I watched a little bit of the first episode. See, if a show doesn't catch me right away, if I don't have any interest in it right away, I lose interest and I don't want to go back. And that was one of those shows. It started and I was absolutely lost. I had no idea what was going on. And it seemed just kind of, the more the show progressed, the more confused I got. Nothing made sense. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here for an hour or, however many episodes and have to relive Lost, this television show Lost all over again, and just be more confused week to week and bring up all these questions and have to remember all these names and all these places. I don't need another show like that. Now, I didn't give the show enough time. But again, it didn't catch my interest after, I think I maybe sat there for 15, 20 minutes and that was about it. But at any point in this show, did it reach a point where, did you have to wait till the last episode for everything to be crystal clear, or did it happen before the last episode?
Let me think about that. It happened, I want to say 5 or 6.
So by episode 5 or 6, you're catching up. And things are not crystal clear, but you have an idea of where the show was going to.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I know exactly where the part where it really starts to make sense.
So you have to sit there for 5 hours before anything becomes remotely interesting?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
See, you don't like that? See, but I didn't mind that. Because once I realized now what they were doing, I was like, okay, I got it. I can watch the rest. In fact, I probably will go back and now rewatch, and now so I can get the full picture. I'm gonna say I can't wait until the next season. I shouldn't say episode, but season of Sense8. I would like to see how interested or how interesting it will be. You know what they're gonna do after. I mean, I don't want to spoil the ending. I wish I could tell, but I don't want to spoil. I want you guys to watch it first, and then maybe like later I'll talk about the ending, or you could go on our Facebook page and under Sense8 and talk about it and comment.
Is the ending like a mind blower? Like, holy crap! You know, it was worth sitting 10 hours to wait for that ending. You know.
No, but it's like one of those things. How Lost, everything made. Well, I hate the ending of Lost, but how everything starts to make sense from the beginning.
Okay.
Like you're like, oh, that's why at the very beginning she goes and she puts a gun in her head and blows off her head, and then they take the body, and this is the beginning, so I'm not telling you guys anything that this is the very first part of the very first episode. That makes sense. When you go to the end, you're like, okay, so then you understand why everyone has all these powers. I mean, why all these people can do the things they do, It all comes together at that ending. So
besides Sense8, what did you think of Game of Thrones?
Okay, I am shocked by how that ended. I didn't see that coming.
And that's what I was telling you. That was the scene. Well, the scene I'm talking about is the last scene where Cersei has to walk through the town nude.
Yes.
I had a feeling that's where it was going, because I remember reading an article on some website last fall when they were filming this. They're saying that they were filming the episode, and they were talking about Cersei being nude or something. So I kind of figured, well, she was in jail, and the only way she'd be able to get out of jail is if she admitted to, whatever shape to admit to, being guilty of something. And if she did that, I knew she'd have to walk through the town nude, just like that priest did. Remember, he did that. He was with all those prostitutes. And
that's right.
Yeah, so they made him walk through the town. So I knew if she's in jail, the only way she's getting out of jail is if she admits to something that she did wrong. And if indeed she does do that, then she has to walk through to whatever. So I knew that's where it was. I knew that's where it was headed.
Now, were you shocked by the character that died?
No.
At the very end?
I wasn't shocked by that, because someone I knew who read the book told me that he was going to die.
Oh, you got spoiled?
Well, yeah. I didn't know it was going to happen in that episode. I didn't know that. I assumed it would be next season, but that being said, there's a lot of talk about that character dying, and there's a lot of talk about that he's not actually dead, that they're going to bring him back. I don't know that that's true, because it's the books. I believe the TV show are ahead of the books at this point. I haven't read the books, but I've been told that the TV show has gotten past the books from this point forward. So whether if he does survive, it's not in the books. So it'll be something new to the show.
He bled out into the snow.
But I had heard that he's not actually, because there's characters on Game of Thrones that are dead but came back to life. Several characters. And if you remember on this last episode, when Cersei walked back to the castle, and when she walked in the castle, all those people were waiting for her, and the one guy wrapped her in a blanket.
Yeah.
Everyone else was looking at her like, oh, what the hell with this lady? I'm tired of her. But the one guy was kind of kissing her butt. And that guy had like the big knight in shining armor, and if you looked at his eyes, his eyes were all blue. But that was the one guy from last season who died, but he brought him back to life. So what they're doing is like they're kind of slowly bringing back dead people. There's another character in another season. I don't know, one of those seasons. There's 5 seasons at this point, that he couldn't die. He kept saying about how many times he was stabbed, how many times he was in fight scenes. Every time he got fired, they brought him back every time. And then, of course, there's the zombies that they introduced this season. I mean, this character who died that we're talking about, he can come back as a zombie. There is apparently, in the book, they haven't done it on the show, and at this point I don't know if they're going to, so I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but, in the book, there is a character that they brought back to life that they haven't done on the show. And my understanding, it would have happened already, so I don't think it's going to happen. So a lot of people are pissed off that it didn't happen in the show. It was a pretty big character, I guess. And anyways, so my point is, I keep hearing that this person that got it at the end of this last episode is going to come back. That's what I was getting at.
Whatever happened to their brother? The brother that
The one who couldn't
Starks.
walk.
Yeah, the one who couldn't walk.
Bran.
What happened to that?
He wasn't in this whole season. I remember reading before the season started saying that he wasn't going to be in the season at all. So they didn't say. I mean, whatever happened last we knew he was with that group of people. He was walking around with that Hodor, or what's the other guy, that big guy?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is, whatever that dude. And he would like see things, and he would shut his eyes or whatever. He would see things, and but they never, they never mentioned him. Well, they mentioned him, but they didn't have him on this entire season. He's supposed to be back next season, and I'm sure he'll be more involved. So I'll have to wait and see.
So then you're saying they probably had to kill off some characters before they bring him back in?
Well, no. At this point, who the hell else can they kill off? There's hardly anyone left.
You're right.
I mean, they're killing everyone off. I mean, I don't know how much longer the show's going to go on, because there'll be no one to, be on the show anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But what a way, though, to end is that everyone's dead. You kill them off slowly throughout the whole season.
That's what they're getting at this point.
Because if you think about it for a second, if you don't know who's going to die next, so it makes it very interesting.
Well, now you don't, because they're past the book. If you read the book, or if you didn't read the book, you always go to the internet and say, hey, what's going on with this character? Where now you can't, because there is no book to go back to. At this point, you can only see what happened in the past. You can't see what's going to happen in the future or the present, because it's not there. Until that guy releases those 2 new books that apparently he's working on, no one's going to know.
That's true. I just can't wait till next season now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's going to be every bit of a year long.
Yeah, but next year, I'm going to power watch it. I don't think I'm going to watch it one by one.
No, you won't. I guarantee you won't. Okay. I guarantee you're going to wait 2 weeks.
Right. You're probably right. That probably won't last 2 weeks, because I'll be looking on the internet. Look what Sansa Stark did.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm going to have to watch it. So, yeah.
That was a good show. That was a good show.
That was a very good show. So now, speaking about good shows, Orange is the New Black.
Have you finished? You finished watching?
I finished the whole thing.
You finished it already?
I finished it. Yes, I power watched that thing straight through.
Well, see, I power watched shows in the past, and it seems like when I power watch a show I really like, I get through because I really like it. And I want to see what happens, but I almost kind of regret watching it so quickly because I didn't get a chance to just take it in and like a sponge and enjoy it.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm doing with this season of Orange is the New Black. I think there's 13 episodes, and right now I just finished episode 8.
Okay, you're on 8.
So yeah, I didn't finish it yet, and I could have, but I'm just kind of taking it slow because I want to be able to enjoy it. But so far, from where I'm at, I'm really liking it because it's nothing really intense. It's just kind of like every day. They really hadn't brought back the one husband, Piper's husband.
Yeah, Jason Biggs.
They didn't bring him back. Well, it's up to now, and where I'm at, they haven't brought him back, and he wasn't even met. Well, I guess he was met. I don't know if he was mentioned or it doesn't matter. But so I thought that was kind of weird, and I don't know where they're headed from this point on. But up to the point that I'm at, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I watched that thing. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop watching it because it came 6 hours earlier than normally. So,
yes, it did.
So
it did, yeah.
I found out by accident early.
Yeah, I did this. I saw it on Facebook, and I watched the episode the very first night. Yeah.
Yeah.
The night before.
It was supposed to come out at 12, and it was like 6 something when it was out.
Yeah.
And so I'm flipping through my Netflix, and all of a sudden they said early release, or just the New Black, and I'm going, early release? What the hell?
That's what I thought too, and I said, click, let's watch it.
Yeah, I said, okay. I was 6 hours ahead of the normal time.
Yeah.
So I got to episode 6 by 12 that night, and I said, okay, I gotta go to bed somehow. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. So when I woke back up, I watched the next 6. I think it's 13. Isn't there like 13 or something like that?
I think there's 13 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, there's 13 of them. So, yeah, I watched the next 6 the next night, and then I waited for the last one. So, yeah, 6 hours straight. So I power watched that.
Crap.
I power watched the hell out of that show.
Yeah, I'd say you did, and I really like that show. But that's another one. It hasn't even been out 2 weeks yet, and you're done watching it.
Yeah,
you literally have to wait a whole year or more for more episodes.
Ah, you're right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to take my time. And even still, I'll be done with it probably by this week, so I'll have the same problem. But
You're right.
You know?
You're right. You're right. We'll have to wait a whole year. Just
Yeah.
like Game of Thrones, though. No different. I mean,
Yeah, same thing. But at least with Game of Thrones, you have to wait at least 13 weeks. You can sit through 13 weeks. Us, I mean, we're pretty much done watching it in 2 weeks. You know?
I finished in 2 days.
Exactly, you finished it in 2 days, right?
Right, yeah. I liked it that much to where it just became addictive. It was just I had to know what happened next. I just couldn't just stop and say, okay, I'm done. Sense8, I could do that. I mean, I could stop and then go back to it later, and that's what messed me up though too. Because I was in the middle of Sense8, and all of a sudden I saw early release of Orange Is the New Black. I watched Orange Is the New Black, got to like episode 6, and then the next day went back to Sense8 and said I'm gonna finish this, and then went back to Orange Is the New Black and finished that.
Yeah.
So I mean, they did it right in the middle of it. I'm like, oh dang. Oh, but go ahead. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, nothing. I was agreeing with you. It's a good show. I like it.
Yep. If you guys haven't seen it, I would totally recommend you start it. Not well. You got a year to for the next one, so you don't have to start it right now. But it's well worth it.
Speaking of shows, I got an email today from Amazon Prime. And apparently they're introducing. I'm assuming it's a new show. I don't know if this is the show that they brought over from England. I know absolutely nothing about this show, but I got an email from Amazon Prime promoting a new show called Catastrophe. Am I saying that right? Catastrophe. That's what it looks
Catastrophe. Like. Yeah.
You say that very wonderful.
Yes, I said that. I didn't say that right either.
No. According to the description, it says Rob Delaney and Sharon Horgan write and star in this R-rated comedy about a one-week stand between a Boston ad exec and a London school teacher that leads to an accidental pregnancy. When Rob moves to the UK to help figure things out, cultures clash, hormones flare as these two realize they don't know the first thing about each other. So it looks like there's only 8 episodes. So it says it was released in 2015. It says it's an Amazon original series, so I'm assuming this was made for Amazon Prime. But sometimes they have a show that's popular in the UK and they bring it over. So I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's one of those things. But I haven't watched a second of this episode. I know nothing about it, but I'll check it out because I like Amazon Prime.
You know what? I'm gonna check that out. I mean, I haven't heard of it until you just said it, but that sounds interesting.
It's a new series, so it's worth just checking out.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So
I'm gonna have to.
We'll have to watch it and talk about it on the next episode.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be our next one. That'll be our next one. So anything else in our watching? We go.
One more. You have one more thing. Last episode, I talked to you about a movie called Ex Machina.
That's right.
You said you went to the show to see it.
I went to the
and I didn't get your feedback. What did you think of the movie Ex Machina?
I thought it was interesting, but I mean, interesting in a way that it made me think after the show.
Really? Think about what?
I don't know if I want to spoil it. Should I put a spoiler alert on here? Okay, so this is a spoiler. Okay, so you have not seen it. If you want to go see it,
well, the whole premise of the movie is about a guy who builds a robot.
Right.
That's the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's not a spoiler.
Okay, that's not a spoiler because that's right. That's even in the trailer. How it ended made me think. Was it always a ruse from the very beginning? Was that the whole point of why he brought them there?
Well. No, I think as far as a ruse, maybe the robot knew what she wanted all along.
Yeah,
I don't think she put that guy up to it. That guy probably had good intentions,
but
I don't think he didn't expect that what was going to happen to him was going to happen. I mean, who could have anticipated that? You know what I mean?
No. He did because at the very end,
he would have known.
No, he didn't know that he was smart enough to do it. To go further than what he did. which I don't want to spoil it for everybody. I should just say spoiler. Fuck, okay.
Spoiler.
Okay, spoiler. Okay, so spoiler. So if you've not seen this movie, I'm gonna put in YouTube or wherever in the description where to go to, so you can fast forward this if you still want to see this movie. Okay, remember when he sits there and he says maybe I want to say the middle of the movie, he says, hey, are you sure that she likes you? Are you, maybe I ripped up the picture to make him think that, to make you think that I was being an asshole. If you notice, he tells him everything he set him up to do. So he say, the whole point of it is that if you think that she likes you and you're willing to break her out free, then she is the real AI. Remember, he says that, and then he says, well, it's too bad because in about 1 minute I disabled all the doors, so I made it so it can unlock. And he says, what? And then he says, yeah, I did that when you were drunk last night. He thought he was going to do it then because he had already recorded the plans. Remember, he recorded everything they were saying when the power lights went off, okay?
Right.
So he thought he had already did it. He was going to go and disable the door so they can all unlock. But he had already did it that night when he got him drunk. So the whole point of it was he already knew what he was going to do, but he outsmarted him. We'll go back and watch the ending. Go back to watch that part. If you can go back and watch it. Because it comes out in 2 weeks anyway. I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks in DVD anyway.
Oh, okay.
So we can watch it. I'm definitely gonna buy it on digital. I think I'm gonna buy this movie only because.
What did you think about the one guy? How she basically ended him? Like she got rid of the guy who made him.
Okay.
Who made her, and then the other guy got basically locked up in a room. Yeah. I just thought that was messed up. He'll probably just die there.
Yeah. Because he's underground. I mean, yeah. He's gonna die. I mean, the whole point of it was he brought him there because he knew that he didn't have a girlfriend. He knew that he didn't. His parents had both died. He knew he didn't have anyone. He knew that he would fall in love with that robot. And the whole point of that whole thing was that ruse was if he could think that he could break her out and if the robot can make him think that she can break her out, then he did his job. It's just
that's interesting.
That's the whole point of the movie. That's basically. I mean, it made me sit there and think about it. That's why I said that movie's awesome because I for a second I was like, okay, what did Scott? Well, great, that was a waste of $4. I wasn't okay. So I went to the matinee, so it was $5. But I was like. But then I start thinking about that movie. And when I really start thinking about it, it's when I start going, damn, if I'm thinking about this movie this much, that must have been you know what? That is a really good movie. After you start thinking about how he did that, how smart that robot was, how the whole thing got together. And I was going to get ready to say, I thought you didn't like thinking movies, But
that wasn't a thinking movie. This isn't like Lost or one of those.
No, it's not like Lost. Okay, because it does make you think.
Yeah,
it did make me think at the end. I mean, yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, what's gonna happen to him? And she's walking around all free and stuff like that. What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what an ending.
What an ending! I was like. Yeah. I was in shock. By the way, I had the whole movie theater to myself. So.
Yeah, that's an older. It seems like it's been on a while.
Yeah.
Not very popular.
Not very popular. Okay. Our next bullet point. Well, is really it, except for my tech news.
Well, I have one stupid thing I just wanted to mention. This isn't even a tech. This is more of a personal thing. I just thought you would maybe appreciate this. I'm not going to drag this out. Long story short, I have a son. Just one child, and long story short, we just recently got 2 kittens. They're 10 weeks old. I've never been a cat person. I don't never hated them. I've always been a dog person. We've always had dogs growing up. Yeah. But we just got these 2 kittens in the house. And it's funny because my wife had been talking about getting kittens for years, and I kind of put it off like, I don't want to deal with that, pooping and peeing and scratching. Life is hard enough. Who wants to deal with that? But we just got it. It's amazing. You have these kittens and you come home after a long day, and we have them we have a sunroom, floor room attached to the house. So you go in the floor room, and that's where we keep the cats. And you just sit and you watch them play, and they wrestle, and it's a stress reliever, and you play with them. And it's just amazing how quickly you can just kind of fall for these little animals. I'm sure in time I'll probably begin to think, what the hell am I doing? This is ridiculous. They're pooping and peeing and scratching. But for the time being, I thought you might appreciate it because I know you have a cat.
Yeah. She's okay. She has her moments. Wait till I turn into a cat. They're cute now, but wait until they turn into a cat. Yeah, right. Then they get all demandative and stuff, and then they want things done now, or they won't let you sleep until they get something. I don't know. But she has a whole attitude problem, and my cat's okay. I'll admit she's okay. She has her moments, but she
what's your cat's name? Is it Rose?
Yeah, it's Rose. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So she has her moments, but she does. Yeah, we do watch TV. She enjoys my Facebook, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think about making her own profile so she likes to sit next to me as I'm watching on Facebook. But yeah, when I'm doing this podcast, she knows not to bother me. So I never see her in here. So when I'm doing the podcast, so. But yeah, she's okay. Okay, let me see here. So I guess we're on to our tech news here. So BlackBerry may add Android to new devices, which shocks me.
What do they use now?
They have their own system. I can't remember what exactly it's called.
Well, I tell you what, BlackBerry needs to do something, because right now, if you're buying a phone, most people are buying either an Apple or an an Android, and that seems to be about the 2 biggest ones. BlackBerry, if they want to compete, they need to do something. They need to switch it up somehow.
They do, because here's the funny part. Everyone had a BlackBerry. That used to be the most popular phone ever. And then the iPhone came out and destroyed them, and I think they just didn't move quickly enough.
And then Android came along and copied Apple.
Yeah, and then copied Apple, and then destroyed them even more. Now I don't think anyone has at BlackBerry. I don't know anyone who has one. I think
back then you wouldn't even refer to your phone as your phone. You would refer to it as your BlackBerry.
Yeah, that's true. I even had one, and it was very limited. I mean, it was very, very limited on what you could do. And then when you saw the iPhone and what it could do, it could play. It could do what the pages looked real.
Yeah,
I mean, now you could multitask. I mean, well, at that time on the iPhone you couldn't, but that multitasking came like 3 versions later. But what made me go wow about the iPhone was the fact that the way the pages would render and look like it looked on a computer. That shocked me. That when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is nice. Because before
you didn't want to get an iPhone at that time when they first introduced it?
No, I didn't. No. I mean, when
you still decided to stick with your BlackBerry?
Yeah, no, the iPhone I couldn't even get on Sprint anyway at that time. It didn't come out until 3 or 4. Yeah, it didn't come out until like 3 versions later. I think it was iPhone the 2. I think it was the 2S is when I first saw it. When it was iPhone 2. Or 2 or 3, or was it 3 when I saw it? Because I know there's 3, 3S, 4, 4S, 5, 5S, and then 6. That's where we're at now. And did you know that they didn't even announce another iPhone at the whatever event? The whatever they call that event thing.
The last one, the one they just released.
Yeah, they didn't even.
Oh yeah, well, I knew they weren't going to do an iPhone. They didn't do the Apple TV.
The Apple TV. You were right.
They they talked about Beats Music and iOS 9. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
The iPhone, I believe, is going to be the next one.
And the next one, okay.
Was that like 6 months from now or something?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That you know what? You're right. It's always around October. It's always around my birthdays when the new iPhone comes out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no.
One thing I did hear about the new iPhone, I heard that they're going to, because now with the iPhones they have the Lightning cable.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Apple introduced yet another cable. And this new iPhone is supposed to have that one. So I thought, Jesus Christ, how many times are you going to change the goddamn fucking connection? I'm sorry, but this pisses me off. How many times are you going to change the goddamn connection to your device?
You know what?
You have the 16-bit, now you have the Lightning, and now you're going to have yet another one. So you have to have how many different cables for every different... Not that I'm going to buy a new one, but eventually I'll get another phone, so I'll have to have a different connection. And that means you're going to change all the connections to all your radios and just everything. It's like, it's enough already.
You can't buy... Yeah, they're right, because if you invest in one phone, then you have to reinvest in another phone.
Yeah, I thought that I thought there was a law passed that all cell phones had to have the same connection. Am I wrong about that?
That's over in Europe, not in the United States.
Oh, it was in Europe?
In Europe, they all have to be micro USBs.
I didn't realize that. I thought that was, okay.
Yeah, so that's why over there on their iPhones, they have a special connector that does do micro USB.
Really?
Yeah. A little attachment. And over here, they won't do it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But you know what? Apple just needs to do micro USB.
Can't you get one of those and buy it and bring it over here?
Yeah, you can buy it on the net. I think I haven't looked it up because I don't have an iPhone. But yeah, in their box they come with a connector that hooks a micro USB into that phone. So it's like a middle piece. Because over there, they're all the Android phones, which all the Android phones have the same cable. So, I mean, but all of them come with that cable, which is great, which I love that we all have in the Android world, we all have the same cable. I love that. Because no matter what phone I buy, I can use my old charger and plug it in. If I bought a Kindle, I can use that charger. I don't have to go even searching for a cable. I mean, I have, like right now, I'm gonna have my phone plugged in to my tablet, my Kindle charger right now, and I didn't have to go search for my Kindle charger. You know? Yeah. I love that. I mean, that's why I say in the iPhone world, I don't know. It's just like I could see why you're mad.
It's very annoying. It really makes me mad.
I mean, now you have to get another charger. Wow.
Well, I would have to wait till I don't plan on getting a phone this next time around. My contract it's a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
So I think mine ends. I don't know when it ends, but yeah. So it'll be not this next one, but the one after that.
It would be iPhone 7. But you still have to get new stuff.
If they change it, right, yeah.
If they change it, we don't know. Rumor. That's a rumor, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they change it.
I don't even know if there's a benefit to this new charging cable. I know nothing about it other than it's different. So maybe there's a reason why they're changing it. Maybe it does something that I'm not aware of. But, to me, it just seems like, Jesus God, another cable. I'm sorry, you were talking about, what were you talking about? You were talking about Blackberries?
Blackberry, yeah, no, we were just talking about how Blackberry and how I had seen the the second one, Apple, the second iPhone, and how well the rendering pages was. So that's what we were talking about. I was basically done with my point.
Okay.
So my next one is which shocked me, which the Amazon launches a Kindle Fire OS 5 preview out, and it's supposed to use Lollipop on it. Which,
what does that mean, iOS 5? What does that mean?
Fire OS 5. Sorry, did I say iOS? Sorry, Fire OS 5. So on Kindle, I have a Kindle Fire. Everybody uses a Kindle Fire. It has Android built underneath it. Okay, so it's a heavily skinned version of Android. That's what most Kindle Fires have. But I'm always shocked by Amazon changing their version of Android underneath it, only because they really don't have to, because no one really knows that they're using Android. And I'm very proud of them for doing this, because they could stick with 4.4 KitKat and nobody would know. I mean, but to go through the effort of putting 5 underneath it is just I just had to say something about that. I'm really happy that Amazon is keeping their Kindle Fires up to date with the latest Android underneath it. You know, and I wish phones could do the same thing and keep their phones up to date, which they don't. Usually they'll sell you a phone and has 4 or whatever version it has on it. Maybe you'll get an update, maybe you won't, and that's it. And I mean, and there would be some benefit for some phones to do that. Android gets more sleeker, better, uses less memory and less battery power. But to them, there's no vested interest for them to do it, so they just don't. But where Amazon, they're adding something and changing it, they could really leave 4.4 under it and no one would know because it's so heavily skinned. There's really nothing that ties them to Google. So I'm like, wow, okay. When I read this today, I was like, wow, I got to add it. So I thought I might just mention that. And then my last update, or my last news item was the Xbox 360 games will play on Xbox One. I'm not a game person, so.
Me either.
But can I ask you a question?
No.
Would you ever?
No.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Would you ever get a Xbox now that it become an entertainment center?
Well, what is the defined entertainment center? What
like it's kind of like your Apple TV. And you can play HBO Go, you know, Netflix. It does streaming. It does all.
How much is this Xbox?
Well, right now it's probably I think it was last time I looked. It was almost $399, $400.
You just answered the question for me. There's no way I would spend $400 for that when I can get an Apple TV for less than $100.
Well, less than $100. Oh, okay. Well,
I'm not a gamer. I have zero interest in video games.
I used to be, but I'm not anymore. And the reason why is because I had the original Xbox One, and I still have it. My mom was like, "Hey, I should bring it on and play it." You know, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Just because she doesn't know there's 2 other versions next to that. But and the quality of games have went totally up since then, because that was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Anyway, so I was thinking about getting one only because I used to be a gamer and I really liked the Halo series. I loved Halo. What happened to me is that the 360 came out and I just said, well, I just got my Xbox, so I'll just wait. So I waited and I just never gotten around to getting a 360. Now the Xbox One came out, okay? And I said, okay, well, I'll just get the Xbox One. And then I found out that it had no backwards compatibility with the other games. Well, I didn't have games to begin with. So I was like, okay, I can start off fresh. But when I start looking in a store and realize there weren't that many Xbox One games, I'm like, well, hell, why would I get this? I should just wait again. I get into that waiting mode and then I just go forget about it. So I've been
I'm the same way.
And I was kind of happy that they did this, because now I can go buy an Xbox One and I can go and just pick up older games that are for $9.99 or whatever at Best Buy, whatever, you know, those little baskets they have where all the games are in it and they're really cheap. I can go pick those up and play them now on there, because that was my one worry, was that if I went and bought the Xbox One, which I was at the Microsoft store at Somerset and I was looking at, and I almost got it. I was so close to putting my charge card down and say, you know what, grab me one. But what stopped me was I looked at how many games and said, well, wait, so how expensive are the games? The games are $50 a pop, maybe $60 a pop.
Oh, yeah.
And that becomes expensive because you really want to play. I don't know a lot about the Xbox One because I've been out of the game, but you really got to go and buy games for it, and it just, that's another added thing to the Xbox. So now you got to pay $400 plus you got to pay the games, and you know, I was like, nah, I better stop while I'm ahead. But now with this backwards compatibility, now I'm really looking at it, but it won't be until like almost around Christmas time, so whatever. I'll wait until Christmas time. Maybe they'll offer a better deal for it, and I'll get it.
If you're willing to wait for the Apple TV. There's supposed to be a lot of cool advantages to this new Apple TV.
Well,
I would rather spend the money on that as opposed to an Xbox or whatever.
Well,
it is.
the keyword factor there is Apple.
But you said yourself you're a cord cutter.
Yes.
You don't have cable. This new Apple TV is supposed to have like a Sling TV type of package that you may be interested in.
See did you hear Sony did our a la carte on their game system, PlayStation?
They have
remember we were talking about 3-4 podcasts ago about how you could select your own TV programs and stuff like that.
I never listened to one.
Oh, okay. Well, we were talking about where you get to pick your channels. You can say I want MSNBC, I want CNN, I want a la carte. Yeah, that's what it is, a la carte. So Sony PlayStation is now going to do that.
That's cool.
So I thought that was interesting. I didn't add it in my show notes, but I just thought about it too. Then they announced that at the E3, which is the gaming convention. That would be it for my news. I just wanted to mention some things. I call it the state of our podcast.
Like state of the podcast.
Yeah, like State of the Union, State of the State, that kind of. So I say state of our podcast. That's what I'm going to call these now.
Our podcast.
So I did change the G Plus page. What I actually did was I got rid of it. Was like a group page before. And I realized that it was a group page because I was like, wait, you know what? I gotta add people in order for them to look at it. So I just wiped it out and I just did a normal G Plus Tech Pop Boom page. Just like on Facebook. It's the same thing. What I'm going to do is I might post different stories because I know no one looks at the G Plus page.
Yeah.
Everyone looks on the Facebook page, but nobody knows the G Plus page is there. So that's going to be... I don't know which direction I want to take that. That might be stories that I might not post on Facebook that I might post on the G Plus page. Like things like, I don't know, things that maybe like the political side of tech, like that part.
In that case, I'll never go there.
Yeah, that's right. You'll probably never go there, but maybe like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But I wiped it out, so it's all brand new now. So it's mostly some stories are on there. I'm gonna add more stories there, but I did that like yesterday the day before yesterday. But I also changed our webpage a little bit. Now there's like link to our Facebook page and to the YouTube page. So you don't have to go and type it. It just goes directly to it.
Well, let's try that out.
Yeah, so you want to try that out.
www.tech, as in TECH, popboom.com. Go and wonderful. What a wonderful website this is. Tech
it's simple. It's simple. I mean, I could do more with it, but I wanted to keep it simple, and there's a reason for that because when we have Facebook and Google Plus, and really most people use that for their news than they do for than they do a web page. So I just figured that is just a marker, I call it. Where you one place to go, so you can click on and see. There's our YouTube page. You don't have to look for it. You can just.
This is actually this is very cool. I'm looking at it right now, and I can see the show notes, and this is really cool. I liked it a lot. You did a good job with this.
Yeah.
Episode 9. It shows you every single thing you talk about, a brief description and link, so that way you can read along as you talk to it.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah, you did a great job with this.
Yeah, and you don't have to type. Like, remember how we were talking about you can type stuff, Tech Pop Boom and YouTube and all that stuff. You could go to techpopboom.com and just click on the link. You don't have to look for it. Because there are a lot of other websites that have Tech Pop or Tech Boom in there. Yeah. So you'll have to search. You don't have to do that now. Now you just go to Tech Pop Boom and click on that link.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Facebook. You don't have to do that. You could just click on, and there you go. You're right to our. And I'm going to put the G Plus up there too, because I just did that, so I didn't get a chance to put that up there. But I was going to do it after we do our show notes for. But
I was just thinking, just popped in my head. If you listen to this show and if you made it this far, if you are good at graphic design, see if you can create a cool logo for Tech Pop Boom and send it to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
If you're good at design or if you're good at logos, and if you're interested, that'd be great. I would love to, it would be nice to have something different.
It'd be different,
to use. Yeah. So if you made it this far in the show, if you're good at graphic design, if you're interested, try sending us. I mean, if you can, send us. Shoot to our Facebook page or something, and send us. What you got. I'd love to. It's going to change things up a bit,
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, we all have email addresses. We never say it, but we do have. Scott and I do have email addresses.
Yeah, you do.
It's Brandon at techpopboom.com is mine, and Scott at techpopboom is his. So just type that in, and it goes to our email.
Yeah, so it's a private message in case you want to send me pictures and cool stuff.
It's private. It's just like regular email. It goes directly to him. Mine goes directly to me. So
you got it.
That's something I haven't said. I mean, I set that up a little bit ago, but I just didn't mention it until now because
just an FYI to all the ladies out there, I am married, so please keep it cool.
Yeah, but I'm not. So for the ladies too. So I am single. So send those messages that you send him to me. So. That is really it.
On that note, I think it's probably time we should skedaddle.
We should end it. But I hopefully next week I will have more shows to tell you about.
Cool.
And if you like our new format, you can let us know too, because I think we're going to stick to it.
I do like that format. I think we should stick to this. I like the streaming television movie stuff first, and the news at the end. I think the news. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we will stick to this format and then do the tech news last. Okay, cool, Scott. Well, I will see you next time.
Toodaloo. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yep, peace.
Bye.